Hello beautiful souls, it's Karen here at Soul Magic Inspirations, and I was guided yesterday to do another one of my little chat messages, and just to chat about. So today I'm going to talk about my experience of being a Lightworker / Starseed. So it's just a very brief, story of where I'm at at the moment, if that makes sense. So I just want to thank you all for supporting my channel. Check out the playlists, check out my other channel, STARCHILD Tarot, and check out my card drop. So I'm using some of my decks. I'm going to do a reading at the end for some current energies and guidance for you. Okay, so this is just a brief synopsis. Obviously it's not my whole story. I'm 61 now, so a lot has happened to me in my life. So this is just a very brief synopsis of how I came to be reading tarot on YouTube. But there's a more backstory to it, obviously. Anyway, so here we go. So as a child, I always felt very different to the rest of my family. I felt a bit like a cuckoo in the nest. I never thought I belonged with them. I thought I was adopted, and when I was a little bit older, still a young child, I even asked my mum, was I adopted, which she denied, but I just felt so different. I was always a very sensitive child. I used to cry at the Lassie films, which we watched as a family, and they didn't, and they would all laugh at me for crying, which made me feel worse, to be honest. And I remember, running out of the room crying, locking myself in the bathroom. So, to protect myself, I naturally withdrew into myself, retreated into myself a lot. I was quite a loner as a child. Didn't really have any friends. My brother was a lot younger than me, so we didn't really have much in common. He was 7 years younger than me. But I had a very good imagination, and I made up stories in my head all the time, and, made up little stories, had little scenarios that I would act out, I guess. And also, I remember as a young child looking out of my parents' bedroom window at night at the stars, and we lived in the country, which in the UK we call the sticks, because there was literally no lighting. There was no artificial lighting, because lived in the countryside, and back then there was no artificial lighting. There was no street lighting where we lived, because we lived down a country lane. So I could literally see the stars in the sky, and I used to love looking up at the stars, and it always felt like I was being watched. And I'm sure I did see UFOs in the sky. And I remember looking up there and, wanting to go, wanting to be taken, wanting to go away from this place. I felt sad, I felt alone. I didn't feel I belonged. So over the years, I kept my head down. I did as I was told. I didn't rock the boat with anyone, with my family. I was a people pleaser, as they call it, a people pleaser. And I was a good girl mostly. So fast forward, I got married at 25 and I had 3 children. But by the time I was 38, I wasn't happy in my marriage. We'd been married for 13 years when we got divorced. So there was me, who had gone from living with her parents to living with her husband, never lived on her own. Back then people didn't tend to do that. And I was going out on my own, but not alone, with 3 young children. So it was a big step, and I took 2 years to think about it. And I'll tell you what triggered me was when Princess Diana died, and she was a year younger than me, and she left 2 children, and it devastated the country, the UK. It was felt very much by a lot of people, and people kept saying, oh, it's mass hysteria, but it wasn't. It was people really felt the loss. She was like an angel. And I suppose that was a catalyst for me thinking life is too short. She died very young. She got taken from her children. And life's too short to live feeling miserable, feeling sad, which is how I felt. So I knew I had to, do something. But it wasn't easy because obviously I wasn't used to being on my own, and I had 3 young children and they were 10, 8 and 4 at that time, so they very much still needed me. But partly what gave me the confidence, as I say, Princess Diana Dome was a big catalyst, but I did think about it for 2 years because it was a very serious step to take. And around this time I started to go to psychic fairs and I'd see tarot readers, and one particular one, she was very good and I saw her a few times, and she gave me the confidence. She wasn't telling me to leave my relationship, but she gave me the confidence in what she told me, to take that step, that everything would be okay. And that did help me. I mean, it was still a big step, but I had that confidence and I trusted what she said to me, and I knew that I needed to take that step because I was so unhappy. And I don't believe in staying together for the children, because I feel the children pick up on the feelings between the parents, you know, whether it be just sadness, anger, you know, whatever is going on, you know, the kids will pick up on it, even if you try and keep it away from them. They just pick up on it. It's energetics, you know, it's energetics. So long story short, it was this time, you know, when my marriage ended, you know, a massive change in my life. And it was a drawn out process because we had to sell a house. I then had to buy a house on my own, which I'd never done before. I had to get a job to support myself and the children, because I've been at home before that. I wanted to be at home with my children and parent them, you know. But obviously I needed to have a home. And so, you know, it was sad and good. I mean, I wanted to get out into the world. So yeah, I started my spiritual awakening then. So a lot of major changes. So we sold the house, which took a long time. I got a job and then I bought a home on my own. I joined a local social group. So I was very busy, and I got a boyfriend about a year later as well, that I was with for 4 years. So I started reading books, I started working on myself, started meditating, and a particular set of books was by Shirley MacLaine, the actress, and I do feel she was put on this earth to awaken a lot of people with her books, because she was worldwide fame. And she wrote a lot of books about her metaphysical journey. And the first one I read, I think, was called Out on a Limb, which they made into a mini-series, which is on YouTube. I think you can watch it on YouTube if you don't want to read a book. So it's and this was in the 80s that she was doing this. And I didn't pick up on this information till the late 90s. So, you know, she started this movement. She used to do book tours and everything and speak out, you know, back in the 80s. So yeah, I mean, if you get to look at her books, Out on a Limb, I can't remember the name of the others, but there was a series of books. She's written loads of books, but particularly about her metaphysical journey. So for me, this awakening process has been a gradual process. It's been a stop and start process, to be honest, due to 3D life experiences, major life traumas happening with my children, and in life in general. So that's a whole different topic. So after my divorce, I was very unsettled, been very unsettled really. I've moved a lot. I mean, my parents lived in the same house. You know, I moved home with them at 12, and that's another funny story, which for another time maybe. We literally moved from number 1 to number 9 in the same road on the back of a tractor, which is as hilarious as it sounds. But that was the home I knew all those years, from the age of 12 to 25, and they never moved. It was only when they passed, obviously, that they moved from there. But after my divorce, I moved home 7 times. Again, I got into situations and areas which were not good for me or my family because of, you know, the price I was paying for a home. There's a lot more to it, which is another video probably. I changed my job 4 times. Again, because of location of where I moved and location of the jobs, and juggling, you know, getting my kids to school, getting them to childminders. And as I said, I had a long-term relationship in that time for 4 years. And then at the age of 48, I got married again to a different person that I met in 2006. So I was 48 when I got married again, and I thought that was it, really. I thought that was me sorted, you know. That was my partner for the rest of my life, you know. But no, not to be. We were together for 10 years, and he had a lot of mental health issues. So again, that's going to be the topic of another video, I think, at some point. So I had to get out of that situation because it really impacted my health and my family. So that marriage ended. I mean, this is a fast forward, as you can appreciate, of my life. After that marriage ended in 2015, my kids were growing up. I had more time to myself. Then they were all adults. They were all off, apart from my son and daughter. But they went off and moved out eventually. So I had more time. So I decided to do the Reiki training, and I did the angelic Reiki. So in 2016, I did, that has 4 modules. So part 1, part 2, I did in the April, and then part 3 and 4, which is the master aspect of it, where you learn to teach Reiki, I did later in the year. I think it was either October or November. And when you do your Reiki training, we do, you know, we was in a group setting, and you do the healing on each other. And I had a lot of epiphanies, a lot of past life memories came up to do with other lifetimes, because there is a past life Reiki healing you can do for people, which is amazing. And we shared our experiences, and it was an amazing experience. So even if you don't want to be a healer, I'm not actually doing Reiki at the moment, but I have the qualification and I do it for friends and family. But if you want to awaken and open yourself up more, it really opened me up more to my spiritual self. And I did have a Kundalini rising in one of those sessions as well, which was amazing. So yeah, it really will help you develop yourself spiritually. So I'd recommend it, even if you don't actually want to use it as a healing tool. It will help you move forward in your spiritual journey. It will awaken you to so much more. So yeah, that was good. And from that moment as well, I really felt different about myself. I think it really helped me with my confidence as well, because obviously, you know, it's difficult when you go through a divorce. It does impact your self-esteem, and I was dealing with a lot of mental health issues within my family. So it was a difficult time. So I did start dating again, and back in 2018, I met someone, you know, on a dating site that I thought was a twin flame. But when I actually met him, I didn't even know about twin flames. I didn't meet him and think, oh, that's my twin flame. This was a process that happened as the experience with this person where it was in and out of my life. It wasn't a proper relationship. It was just an in and out scenario, really. And I allowed it to happen because I developed feelings for this person. I felt really strong connection with this person. And it was doing research and things that I started learning about twin flames, finding out more, and it seemed to fit what was happening to me at that time. And we were in and out of each other's lives for 3 years. And it was, as they say in those, you know, things you read about it, a runner-chaser scenario. Yeah, I mean, he definitely had his shoes. I had his shoes. I mean, the day I met, it was very strong attraction and connection for me. Something about his eyes. And that day, a way he particularly looked at me, and he didn't express, but I could see on his face there was a look of something, a look of shock, surprise. I can't explain it, but he never explained it, but I saw it. He always denied any connection or any feelings for me, and he made it quite clear he wasn't looking for a relationship, but I chose to ignore that, and I chose to allow him in and out of my life. I was seeing other people. He wasn't the only person I was seeing, because at the time I just obviously come out of my marriage, finally got divorced in 2016, and even though I wanted a relationship, deep down I really wasn't ready. I had a lot of healing to do on myself. So meeting him triggered a lot in me. So soon after I met him, my creativity came back. I'd always liked being creative when I was young. I used to make things, draw, paint, and my mum was very artistic. She could have gone to college, but she never, she never followed it through really, which is sad. So I started a YouTube channel. I was still working back then, and as it started to grow, I met some people online that were doing it, and they were making their own decks, and they inspired me to start that as well. And I did, and I didn't think I could do it, but I just got so much information and so much, through my meditations, through my dreams, information that was channeled through, for these cards, for these designs. So, and it made me feel good, being creative really made me feel good. And for many years prior to doing that, I used to go to psychic fairs, I'd buy crystals, I'd buy card decks, and I was buying card decks for many years, possibly from my first divorce. I think that might have been when I first started going to psychic fairs. So my very first deck was the Mermaids and Dolphins deck by Dorian, and I've still got it. And I was buying all these decks, and I wasn't really using them. So when I came to do my YouTube channel, I had many decks already. I mean, since then I bought more as well, obviously, but I already had a lot of decks. So I feel Spirit was preparing me to do this. They were giving me the tools and crystals as well. Yeah, I feel they were definitely getting me ready to do this. I used to do readings for friends or family, but I never did it professionally. I've never studied tarot in depth, but I just knew how to read them intuitively. I use my intuition a lot of the time. Obviously, I know the meanings of the cards as well, but, you interpret it, with your intuition, with your claircognizance, clairsentience, whatever you're using. I do feel I had other lifetimes where I was using the cards in some way, because it just feels very natural to me to use it, and I get messages from them quite easily. It was around this time as well, just after I met this person, that I found out more about Starseed. I was following a particular channel on YouTube who was openly saying that she was a Starseed, and it resonated for me from, what she was saying. And then I researched it and I found out more about it, and it just felt that a fit to me. I always felt I didn't belong here. I always felt an odd one out. So it really resonated. So again, I started my YouTube channel and I started on my personal journey again. I've been reading a lot. The last couple of years I've done so much reading, and I do Audible because I have an eye problem. So I can't actually read a book properly, to be honest. So I listen, and you can sometimes read much quicker that way. So I would recommend that if you have trouble. I mean, it's a great way to read. Meditating, doing courses, online courses, workshops, etc. And my creativity was just on a roll. I mean, as I say, my mum was very creative as well, but she didn't follow it through really, which is sad. So I was getting all this information from my cards and my readings on the channel, and I've designed over 90 decks so far since, I think I started in 2020. So it's amazing to me that, and I have a deck shop. So check that out if you haven't. So there's like oracle decks and tarot decks on there, and you'll see me use a lot of those on my card readings. So I'm grateful, although it was a difficult connection with this person, and I'm no longer in contact with this person. Since last year, we've not been in contact, which was a mutual decision. It was mutually agreed, and I'm grateful for that, to be honest, because it was just really, in some ways it triggered me to do a lot of work on myself, but it was also keeping me stuck as well. So if you're in a situation like that, I would say, you know, move forward in your life. Don't let other people hold you back. You know, just keep moving forward, because if you're meant to be with a person, it will happen, okay? But just keep moving forward. Don't keep yourself stuck. So, you know, even though I labelled it as twin flame, it could have been a karmic contract, because I definitely had past lives with this person. There are meditations you can do. There are online meditations you can get that can help you connect to a past life. And I definitely saw at least 2 past lives with this person in different times in history. And it made a lot of sense to me. I'm not going to go into it because it's deeply personal. But yeah, definitely saw past lives with this person. So we definitely had past life together. And, you know, you feel that with some people. You meet them and you feel that instant connection. Even though he denied it, it was very strong for me. So for whatever reason, you know, I was inspired to start this channel and to help others going through similar situations. And I was getting messages and, you know, ideas to help others. So I channeled a lot of information for my readings and for the cards. It's never been about money for me. It's just about helping people however I can. All the jobs I've ever had are to do with helping people. In the last 20 years or so, I did support work with the elderly, with the young children and with young adults. And that is the sort of work I enjoy. It's never well paid. You don't do it for the money. You do it because you want to help people. There's no money in it, to be honest. So although it was difficult, I am grateful for meeting this person, because it triggered me to move forward in my life, to do the work, and to be doing what I'm doing now. And I've done a lot of healing on myself. I've done shadow work. I've been working, particularly the way he treated me. I've had to work on my self-love, my self-worth, my self-esteem, because I realise I'm worthy of more than that. I realise I'm worthy of being treated in the right way. Because when we have low self-esteem or a lack of self-worth, we attract people who do not value us either, because we're not valuing ourselves, and we need to value ourselves. We are worthy. So I've been through all this. So it's important to take time to work on you, to love yourself, nurture yourself, have compassion and self-love, have boundaries in place, protect your own energy, and always put yourself first. As how can you help others if you are depleted? So that's important as a Lightworker Starseed. Nurture yourself, love yourself first, and then you're able to help others. And know you're worthy of all good in your life. You deserve love and you deserve abundance. The older I get, I realise the less I know, and it's staying open to learning about ourselves and the world. This keeps us young and interested and interesting. And remember, keep your sense of humour, as we need that. It's a spiritual tool, that is for sure, and it can help you navigate life, through the ups, through the downs. I've always enjoyed helping others in whatever way I can, and I hope by sharing a bit of my story, maybe you can find something in there to help you. I hope so. Remember, stay grounded, shine your light in the world, and please leave me a comment if you want to. So I'm just going to finish off with a reading. I've just got some guidance messages here to see what Spirit wants to advise us at this time. So we've got Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? Yeah, so for those of us that didn't have a mother that was there emotionally, which I didn't, she was cold and distant to me. So reparent yourself. How can you mother yourself? You know, do that inner child work. And again, I forgot to mention that with the twin flame journey, a lot of it is about those wounds from childhood. So time to do that work on yourself. Be your own mother. Mother yourself. Starseed, what lights you up? So a lot of you could be starseeds. If you're not sure, you know, go within, connect your own intuition. But there are websites that can help you, because it's all about your natal chart. There's certain markers in your natal chart, your birth chart, that can say which lifetimes or what planets or constellations you may have had a lifetime on. And we've got trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? So again, this is going back to your intuition, your gut feeling. Is there something that you need to do? Is there something you need to work on in yourself, or go or speak to somebody? You know, follow your own inner guidance. And we've got the Council of Light, divine orchestration, help us in the subtle realm. So yes, the Council of Light are there. Call on these people or these spirits or beings or whatever you want to call them. They're around us. You can call on their help, okay, for guidance, support, whatever you need. Call on them. But without us asking for help, they cannot come in. And dance with life. Do something to change your energy. Yeah, our energy can become stuck, can become stagnant. So dance. If you enjoy dancing, move your body. Dance with life. Go with the flow. Don't try and control it. Go with the flow. That's so important. And priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead? So some of you could have been priestess in the temples back in the day, or you could be joining a group of people that are working in this way. You know, what resonates for you? Again, go within, connect your own intuition at this time. And we've got the crumbling. What are you clinging on to? So this is, you know, so reminds me of the tower in the tarot. You know, there can be changes coming in, okay? But look at what's through the tower. The beautiful, beautiful view of the flowers, of nature. Don't hold on to the old. Let it go, because there's a better way, a better life, a better world ahead. Don't cling on to the old ways of doing things. Open up to the new. Allow the old to crumble to make way for the new, because the new is beautiful and we create our own reality. And we've got the keepers of the earth. You're not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So they want to come through to tell you you're not alone. You can call on these ancestors. And we've got the animals here. So there could be spirit animals that are helping you. Whatever you resonate with, again, call on them to help you, to support you at this time. So this is one of my decks, the Oracle of the Starchild, 1 and 2. So we've got seeding the light on the new earth. Yeah, we're here as light workers to seed the light, to anchor the light codes into the crystalline grid. And we've got sisterhood, initiations, divine feminine energies. It's not about gender, remembering who you are. So it is the rise of the divine feminine energies. There's been a lot of toxic masculinity, a lot of patriarchal energy in the world. The world has been out of balance. And now the feminine energies are coming to the fore, and men are getting in touch with their feminine side. And we need to come into balance within ourselves with our masculine and feminine aspects. And we've got enlightenment, to see the world in great clarity without attachment to preconceived ideas, an insightful, open-minded person. Yes, be open-minded, okay? Be open-minded, look at the information, use discernment, use your intuition for what is correct for you. This is true enlightenment, to see the truth, to get that clarity. Lightworkers come from a variety of planets and realms, star systems, star nomads, here to help Earth evolve to spread love, light, kindness, gifted in lucid dreaming, channeling, and astral travel. So, yeah, this is one way of looking at it, okay? To spread the light, to spread kindness, to spread love. And talented in channeling information, lucid dreamings, and astral travel. These are all gifts and talents that you may discover. And we've got the fourth dimension, transcendent of the limitations of time, space, and language. So again, some of you could be spending time in the fourth dimension right now as well. Meditation, quiet the mind and listen. Connect with your higher self, your guides, your angels, and your galactic family. So meditation is important. So I feel we need a spiritual practice every day. So try and meditate, to quieten your mind, to just open up to the answers within you, from your guides, your angels, from your inner self, your intuition. And we've got the Crystalline Grid. This is a multi-dimensional grid holding the template for 5D Earth, an ethereal network of faceted light portals and vortexes covering the entire Earth. Its energetic field transmits signals of light frequencies, connecting all beings on Earth and into the cosmos and other dimensions and realms. So again, you can connect into this in your meditations, visualize this, connecting with this to open up that crystalline grid, to make it more powerful, more, stronger in the world, to transmit those beautiful 5D frequencies. And we've got the Council of Light, a team of ascended masters, light beings, angels and guides, to help assist Earth and humanity to ascend. As we have free will on this planet, you need to ask them for help. So that came up before. So the Council of Light definitely want you to call on them for help and assistance at this time. So this is the Starseed Oracle. So we've got activated Earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. So again, you may be asked to go somewhere to help activate ancient ley lines, or live in that area or work in that area. So this could be very important for some of you. And we've got Karmic Relationships, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, conflict. So a lot of us on this planet are having karmic relationships or have had karmic relationships. There is a lot of polarity on this planet, and this is for soul growth, okay? And to work on these areas within ourselves. So it's very important to honour that. Empathetic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. So again, as I was saying earlier, about boundaries, about protecting your energies, have a shield of protection to stop you soaking up. I mean, we've all done it. I'm sure you can relate to taking other people's energies. So it's really important that you really protect your own energy, especially at this time. Don't take on others' energy at this time, because there's a lot of fear and negativity in the world, and it's good to keep your vibe high to help others at this time. And we've got wait. It's not yet time. Things are being woven. So for some of you, you've got to wait for the right timing. So we talk about divine timing a lot. Okay, so the timing's not quite right for some of you. And we've got Star Brothers, Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety and trust. So again, your star family want you to know they're around you, protecting you, they're loyal, they're keeping you safe, you can trust them. And again, you can call on that energy as well. And you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness, face your true north. Yes, be your authentic self. Don't be afraid to be you. We need you to be your authentic self. And embrace your weirdness and be your authentic self, to show others, to give them permission to do that as well. We're not carbon copies, we're all different. And Messenger, Sirius energy, bringing harmony and balance. So some of you could have had lifetimes on Sirius and resonate with that, the Pleiadian constellation. And it's time to bring harmony and balance into your life. And you could be getting downloads and messages here from the Pleiadians. And we've got trust the timing. Trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. So yeah, don't be worried about time running out. There is plenty of time, okay? It's all about that divine timing again. So let's get some other messages. So we've got light body. Independence brings comfort, past restrictions, ancestral healing. So I feel a lot of us have been doing ancestral healing, clearing up that DNA. We're getting DNA activations, uploads, upgrades, whatever you want to call it. So we're rising up into that light body, into that crystal being, which is our authentic self. We've got soul family, happy reunions, support, order from chaos. So I feel you're going to find the people that you resonate with, okay? If that's not happening, this is going to happen for you. You're going to find that group of people that you truly resonate with in the future. And we've got past life, a cultural experience, it's behind you, regression. So it could be that you need to do some regression therapy to clear up some past life traumas or experiences, to heal that, okay? Sometimes it's useful to do that, to look at that, to heal that. I mean, Reiki can help you with that as well. We've got magical alchemy, innovation, ingenuity, curiosity ahead of your time. So some of you could be alchemists, some of you could be magical, you've got these magical abilities within you. This could be about, manifesting, having these ideas, being curious, ahead of your time in some ways. So again, go with that. Follow your intuition, follow your guidance. And we've got the violet fire, transmutation, detoxification, psychic vision, constant distraction. So we've got the violet flame of transmutation, which is from Saint Germain, one of the Ascended Masters. So you can call on the violet flame. You can add gold to it as well to transmute negative energies, to detoxify, to clear your energy. So that's another way, a good way of clearing your space and your energy with the violet flame of transmutation. I actually saw it for real on a friend's video. I actually saw that for real on a friend's video. They were at Glastonbury. There was a big group of them around a campfire singing, playing guitar, and I saw the violet flame come in. It was amazing. It came in and went all around the group and then just shot off again. It was amazing to see that. And divine creation, acceptance, personal commitments, and euphoria. So you are a creation of the divine. So know your worth, accept yourself. Okay, what are you committing to? And be in that energy of euphoria, be in that energy of that higher vibration. Because you are a spark of the divine, you are divine, and you are a sovereign being. So beautiful messages. So this is my Unicorn Magic Oracle. So some final guidance. A compassionate heart. Yes, you have a compassionate heart. So give that heart compassion to yourself as well as others. Healing gifts, heal yourself and others. So some of you could be guided to become healers. But we all need to heal ourselves first. And have trust in yourself. Yeah, trust in your own intuition. Trust in your own guidance. And magic is all around you. You are magical. So trust in the magic of life. You are magical. And a spiritual awakening. Yeah, some of you could be going through a spiritual awakening right now. So be kind to yourself. You know, give yourself that self-love, that compassion. So these are my Dragon Empowerment messages. So final messages. Keep your vibes high by dancing, singing and exercising. Yeah, keep your vibes high. Develop your spiritual gifts. You know, do that work on yourself to develop this aspect. Work with your chakras, cleanse and clear, you know, do that Reiki work. Work with a healer or do some meditations online. Yeah, listen to your own intuition. The more you use it, the more you can trust it. And a daily spiritual practice. Meditate, pray, do yoga or do all three. This will really help you on your self-development here. And speak your truth. I mean, there's ways of speaking your truth. You don't have to speak it in a harsh way. There are ways of speaking your truth. But honour your truth within you. And believe in the magic of life. So again, we're getting reinforced with that. It can be magical if you let it. Okay, trust in the magic. Make life a magical place to be. And stay grounded, yeah. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but it's very important to stay grounded, to connect to the earth. You know, if you're able to go outside, stand bare feet in the earth, hug a tree, you know, ground in your energy every day, to stay grounded, to connect to Mother Earth. If you're not able to go outside, visualize cords or roots coming down from the soles of your feet into the center of Mother Gaia, connecting to Mother Gaia. Feel that energetic connection before doing any spiritual work to ground yourself to the earth plane. So there are your messages. I hope you enjoyed that. You know, please feel free to leave a comment if you want. I appreciate that. And I'm wishing the best for you all. Sending you love and blessings. Take care. Bye for now.